Do you have a favorite character that you inhabited? And like, who do you try modeling them after, like either real people or caricatures or anything?
It depended on the character. I usually got drawings, renderings of my face with different looks as a jumping off point. I'd give notes on that and we'd come to somewhere in the middle. But no, they were all fun. I wanted vocally for them to be different. And Olaf in the books has a very high wheezing voice, and I couldn't wrap my brain around how to do that without sounding like I'm doing bad old man acting. I don't know how. I just don't know how you do it. And so my Olaf in turn is very very deep down here. So everything that he says is very low, like super low in my range. So then Stefano was the first character, so I had his voice go up.
So he talked like this the whole time and was like up in my nose.
And then there was Captain Sham. And he was a salty sea captain, so it only made sense for him to be sort of like Sean Connery losing his dentures. Sean Connery sans polygrip, where I kind of always doing that. And he had an eye patch and a peg leg, and that was weird. And then Shirley St. Ives was a female, but I didn't really want to do falsetto voice because that seemed disrespectful.
Right.
So instead I kind of went Mad Men 1950s. Christina Hendricks, sort of like the secretary at the office that talks like this and says everything in kind of 1940s speak. And then season 2, there was a guy named Coach Genghis, wears a turban. So I went with a real PE coach, motivational speaker. And I was listening to S-Town, that podcast.
Yeah.
And it was great, and about this guy named John B. McElmayer. And he had this like a real specific way, like not only the voice that he spoke, but like his inflections.
Freaked me out.
So that was kind of what I did for him, because it seemed like that coach in elementary school that may not know that there are more than 47 states, but they'll paddle you if you disagree with their answer. So that was him. Then there was Gunther this year. He's sort of German and has shiny teeth, and he's an in-auctioneer. But he's not all German, so I got to go French or Russian
his
sometimes.
suits was like.
It was very, yes. The styling was fun. Then my favorite probably was a dude named Detective Dupont. He was in the Vile Village episodes, which was in season 2. And his whole thing in the books was that he was just supposed to be a cool detective that comes into this very rules-laden town filled with crows everywhere. So he had bright shoes and a bright jacket and a cool hat and a gold tooth and chains and a badge. And I just thought it would be fun to have Olaf think what would be Brooklyn hipster cool. And
Is this the one you modeled after the Cheetos mascot?
A little bit like the Cheetos. Yeah, baby. Cheetos are cool. Yeah, that Cheetos cat had those sunglasses and leaned way forward when he walked. It was that and a little bit of Jason Mraz, who I love. I'm friendly with Jason. I think his voice is angelic. But when you talk to Jason, he's, his voice, he holds his voice kind of up here. He's cool, right? He's up in this little world. And since Olaf's way down here like this, then I thought it would be cool to be talking about killing babies and children, but up here in this world. It was just all kinds of awful.